Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to Team OC, here with the brand new Rockin' Deck profile with your boy. Please don't put this on a white kid cringe compilation. I'm Ryan, here with the pile. Note the thickness in the cards. Let me tell you, Disturbed was right. I'm down with the thickness. Let's jump in. So I'm playing a bunch of engines because, honestly, Phantom Rage sucks. We need a ban list for that to be good. And I'm just playing everything that's good now, and I basically put it into one deck. Alright, let's start. Alright, and starting with our engines, we got the Buster Blader part. We got 3 copies of Buster Whelp, the 1 Destruction Sword Memories, you hate to see it, 3 Prologue, and 1 of the guy where if you draw it, you literally cannot combo. I can't tell you how many times this asshole ends up in my hand, but he's there. Essentially, if you get a dragon in your grave, this is literally a lose a turn, and your opponent can't activate their effects. Unless it's engraved, but like there's really not a lot in the meta that can out this, and the fusion's an auto win against Dragon Link, so haha, get fucked nerds. So to go along with this, we have another engine that's going to be able to put a dragon in the grave consistently. We have the Dogmatica cards, so we got 3 Nadir Servant, 1 Fleur, 2 Ecclesia, and 2 Punishment. So the reason this is good is because this puts a Titaniclad in the graveyard, and it gives you a dragon for the Buster Lock. It's the better Buster Lock, people. I'm telling you, Union Care is not the way to go. But in the original list, a friend of mine was only playing 1-1, but I'm playing Trap Trick, so I want to be able to Trap Trick for this if need be, so I can live. And I think this card's great at too because you don't have normal summon starters in this deck besides your Buster Whelp. And I figured having a normal summon starter wouldn't be that terrible to make your good hands better, because sometimes you just play Dogmatica Engine, sometimes you play Dogmatica Buster Blader, sometimes you play Dogmatica Dragoon. Like, it's all there and it's all ready to go. Another engine that we're playing to put a dragon in the grave is the Red Eyes engine, but we're playing a lot heavier than most people. We're playing 3-3, and of course, you know, the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense, and the ferocious dragon with the deadly attack. So the reason you max out on these is because every turn, your entire point of this deck is to shit out a win condition. You basically just want to keep putting out win conditions every turn and play the control game. Now, you'll see why we don't auto-lose going second when we get to the hand traps, but essentially, Dragoon's a powerhouse, and if you back it up with back row that protects it, it's going to live more than 1 turn. And if it lives more than 1 turn, then you're good to go. And if it doesn't, you always got Wyvern to bring it back. Like, it's just important that you get your dragons engraved, so your Buster Blader stuff is live. It's honestly just all moving parts of a big deck. And now we move on to the engine that everyone doesn't want to play because they're scared of 60 for some reason. But I had money, so I put Eldritch cards in the deck. So, these single-handedly carry the deck. A lot of people are kind of scared to play this right now because it's slow, but if your other back row strong stops the opponent, you can play the slow game by just activating a Hawk Hero, linking it off into a Link monster, then end phase getting your Songwine, and you literally have your whole engine going. The entire point of this deck is to simplify the game state and grind. So every turn the pile's gonna be able to like assemble something. You're gonna normal summon your Buster Whelp, you're gonna flip your Trap Trick, you're gonna get your Trap Lock, you're gonna get your Dogmatica cards, you're gonna punishment the opponent. Basically every turn, you should be doing some kind of a control aspect that keeps everything going. I'll explain why I think this is like better than Phantom Rage after the profile. So that's it for the Eldritch, and then for generic trap cards that just make it like good, we're playing 2 IDP and 3 copies of Trap Trick. So something I have in the side deck's pretty cool. I'll get to that in a second, but Trap Trick gets you into your Dogmatica engine with your punishment. It gets you in your Eldritch engine with Songwine. It gets you into your Buster Blader engine with the Prologue, and it can get Ice Dragon's Prison. So all the trap cards you play are impactful and very strong. So that's why this deck doesn't immediately fold to combo boards. Well, maybe besides Infernoble, but you can still break Infernoble boards if you have it well enough. Now, the reason we don't auto-lose going second is because we're playing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 hand traps in the main. We are citing 6 more, 9 if you count Lancia, so we have anywhere from 21 to 24 hand traps after citing. And you're almost guaranteed to see at least 1 or 2 hand traps every game when you start. So 2 hand traps and 3 trap cards is game. 1 hand trap, 4 trap cards against a not so impactful combo matchup is game. Prank Kids don't scare you. Zoo doesn't scare you because you play so many cards that out their monster before they're able to get to Zeus. Phantom Knights, what do they do? Monster effect negation? Have fun with my Eldritch. Like, you don't care about anything a deck does. And the Dragon board is like subpar. You can beat Herald, Sphere, Savage, Buster Lock. Because Buster Lock doesn't really impact you that much. And if you hand trap them, it's likely that Dragon's going to end on a more subpar board if it's a high impact hand trap like this, or the Nibiru or Droll on the side there. Just going to keep this in view. And then moving on to the extra deck, we're going to go to the Link monsters. One Link Rebus, so you can link off your Buster Whelp. So you have a Dragon Engrave for the Prologue. And also it comes up in the Dino matchup because you want to get rid of their token. So there's random times when that can come up. Plus, if you open Buster Whelp plus Ecclesia, this makes it live. That's also what we're playing too. One copy of Verte because it's free real estate for making Dragoon. One copy of Imduk. So this is better than Link Spider. Don't let anyone tell you this. Better than Link Spider. So if your opponent's stupid and plays into the zone, you get a free pop. If they don't, it puts a dragon in the grave for the Prologue. One copy of Big Daddy McGee Long Dick Slauson himself. And then we're moving on to the stuff we're going to send off of our, the Buster Lock. So, amazing, godly. If you don't know what this does, look it up. It's insane. All your opponent's monsters become dragons, so your Dino opponent can't trigger Lost World. And dragons in your opponent's possession are switched to defense and can't activate their effects. And it gains 1,000 for every one of them. Alright, and then moving on to the stuff we send off of our Dogmatica cards. We got one copy of Titaniclad. Self-explanatory, it's a dragon, puts in the grave. One Natis, one Chimera Rafflesia. During the standby phase of the next turn, if it's sent, you're able to search a fusion. So if your hand's really good, you can activate Nadir and then send this. And then during the standby phase of the next turn, search the Red Ice Fusion for next turn. One copy of Omega. Omega, I don't really use him that much, but he's there, and in theory, he keeps your grinding going. And I guess you could make an Eldritch Trap and Ash into this. Then, onto like the sort of flex spots, we got one copy of Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss. So this is a little bit of explaining. So if you have Buster Dragon, where's that boy? And a level 1 tuner, you can synchro the two together into this, and when this does battle damage, it takes a face-up. Alright, if it inflicts battle damage, you special a tuner monster from your grave. So I brought back Ogre for shits and giggles. You can also bring back Buster Whelp to make Hulk. There's like random stuff that comes up with this. Then I guess the utility quote-unquote links, the win cons, we got one BLS, it's against Lich, it's good. One copy of Hulk, then Celine and Code. So those are your game enders if you really need it. 15 and extra. No Pendulum, but I promise it's in the side deck. Better. One Pankratops. I don't know what else to say. Big Bad Dino Man, go Burr. It's better than Zoo King. Don't let anyone tell you Zoo King is better. And the going first cards, we have one Order, 3 Sanctum, and a Scythe. So this is kind of funny because Dino will send you first games 2 and 3 and side in all their back row hate, but you just side in Lancia. So you're playing with Trap Trick, 9 copies of Lancia. So you're almost guaranteed to see it every game. And you just tell your Dino opponent to go eat dick, because that matchup's free. And then the side deck, we got 3 copies of Nibiru and 3 copies of Droll. I think I might cut Droll for Bell, because it's better against Prank Kids, which you're not really scared of, but that deck likes to go into time a lot, and this deck can struggle a little bit in time, but as long as you don't let your deck go there, you'll be fine. I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling out the Phantom Range meta to see how it is. Alright, and that's it for the deck. Currently, I'm on a win streak with this on DB. I'm at 900 right now. I've won a lot of locals with this, and while I haven't played this in any major tournament, I'm extremely happy with how it's been performing, and it's great. So thank you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out OC's Finest for other YouTube videos. Thank you.
Where's the pendulums? Any shoutouts?
I'd like to shout out first to Sotten's Broughton 88 on DB. He was the one that gave me like the basis for this list, and I just kind of took it and made it my own. I want to shout out Oscar for letting us use his house for the deck profile. Shout out to our sponsor, Gem Playmats, making the best products on the internet for card gaming and all your card game needs. And shout out to Wendy's for the free Frosty.
See you guys in the next video.
await your return, warrior.